Right.
Bienvenidos chiquillos a una nueva edición aquí de The Wrong Web Shop with Miss Lena Scissorhands o Elena de Infected Rain, quienes estarán aquí este próximo 10 de noviembre en el Cellar Rock acá en Santiago de Chile. Miss Lena, welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you? How you feel? First of all, let's make this a normal conversation. I hate interviews.
Yes.
So how are you? How you feel? How's the band?
Thank you so much for asking. I'm feeling a little bit better. I had the most strong and long jet lag in my life when we just came back from our Asian tour. We've never been in that area of the planet, so I believe that's why. For some reason, my body just did not want to get back to my normal self. But I'm good now, and I'm slowly packing for the Latin American tour, slowly getting ready, and yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty. That was a long way from home, Asia. How was
Yes.
the tour? Awesome.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was actually a tour that we connected to a Australian run, and we had so much fun.
Love it, love it. Well, now you're gonna be here soon in Latin America. This
Yes.
is your first time in Latin America?
Yes, sir.
So how you
Yes,
feel?
there's
I
a
don't know if you're
reason.
here before from Latin America. You know, usually here is not common to see big bands. Oh well, common, but not in a short period of time. So every time that a band came here, we like to to give everything. So that's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome for you as a
This is
thank
what
you.
I heard. This is what I heard. I heard that fans in Latin America go crazy because they are not very spoiled with a lot of shows, like other, parts of the planet where bands go all the time, right? And trust me, I know something about it because I was born in a very small country in Eastern Europe, and we had no bands, no, like only small bands sometimes will cross by, our area. And I understand. I understand for sure.
That's pretty cool. You're from Moldavia, right?
Yes, I was born in Moldova,
Moldova.
and
Yeah.
I lived there for many years, but I lived in other countries as well.
Oh, and how is the rock or music scene in general in Moldova? Moldova.
We have considering how small the country is, we have a lot of talented artists. And when I say artists, I don't only mean musicians,
Okay.
but specifically musicians. Oh my God, I remember being a teenager and trying to go to see shows. And it always mesmerized me to the level of talent that we have in such a small country. Now, unfortunately, the country itself doesn't give much opportunity to the youth that does music, especially if it's alternative music. And it is very hard for musicians to actually continue with their bands, tour with their bands, get their name out there and become, a little bit more known. That's why a lot of people don't really hear much about musicians from my country. It is a pity because, it's a small country, economics are very low, and people choose to just work hard on other jobs so they can pay their bills, even if they are very talented, and they have a band and it's going pretty okay already. It's hard, it's very, very hard.
Yeah, I know that feeling because I come from Venezuela, small
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Now I'm here in Chile, so I know
Mhm.
that kind of feeling that a lot of people, very talented people, anywhere part of the industry, they have to take those daily jobs, of course, to pay the rent, to pay
Yeah.
the food,
Yeah.
so a roof over their head. So I
Yeah.
know that's a pity, but I believe with all this internet situation to it's more easy to go and
It
record
is. It's
video.
definitely easier, even easier than when we started back in 2008.
Yes.
But in 2008, it was already possible to have your own YouTube channel. I believe there was MySpace at the time. And then slowly Facebook came around a little bit after, wasn't it? Like, what I'm trying to say is that it was kind of the beginning of all this social media awareness, social media share. It was all for free, was no ads back in the day, and it was really nice. But nowadays, it's I think it has its ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
if you use these tools properly and you study how each tool works, even if you come from a very small country or village, even somewhere in the middle of the nature, literally all you need is to have, a good skill that you believe in and that you perfect, and internet connection to upload that material and hopefully get some support for your music. It's a lot easier than it was back in the day, for sure.
So for saying that, you say like starting Asylum 2011 up to Well Time, by the way. Congratulations for the last record, Drop on Everybody. So you say that was, of course, more easy to record, for example, this Time album that Asylum, or still fighting between?
Well, if we are talking specifically about the recording process, then it is, of course, it was easier because we've been full-time musicians for a while now. We also had jobs in the beginning. And for example, when we got the prices from a sound engineer and a recording studio that was highly recommended in our country, when we got that, we understood that, oh my God, we can't afford this. We are a small band, first album. We recorded a EP before in a different place, but the price was just something absolutely unreachable with normal salary. So that part obviously changed because now the band works kind of for itself, and we can cycle the so-called income from the other revenue, like shows or like other sales of previous discs. We can and then invest in the newer album, right? And also now we have a label. No one gives you money for free, just so you know, okay? No one just, I don't know what kind of a contract you have to just have a lot of free money. Back in the day, maybe some bands used to have that from their labels, the bands that were like nice and big. But it doesn't work that way anymore, okay? A label is there to help you do everything on a professional level and help you distribute your music properly on radio stations, on record stores, online stores, physical stores. That is to help you have a better revenue so you can have enough funds. It's like a cycle. It's like any business out there, no matter how much I don't like to use the word business when it comes to art. But in the end of the day, we have to be honest. That's what it is. Money creates money. So, but when we were about to only record our first album, we had no money to invest. The band did not have any money to invest. So we just had to work hard. I remember I was working at 3 jobs. 3 jobs I had to be able and invest in that first album. It's not something healthy that you are supposed to do, but I was much younger. My body was much stronger, I guess. And I did it and we recorded it. And then slowly, at least the process started moving. So of course, the process, it's your first album. You are so nervous. You have to do 1,000 takes. When you are a professional musician that does its job for many years, you have, yes, you are nervous, and yes, you need many takes, but not as many as before. You are more, you know what you're going for. You are more ready mentally and physically, and you feel comfortable. We've been working with the same producer from album number 1 till this album. And he is a really good friend of ours. He's coming with us, by the way, to Latin America because he is also our sound engineer. Yes, we are that crazy. We hire our our producer to be our sound engineer. You know why? Because we think it is so important to have an authentic sound. And it is very difficult to find a sound engineer that will literally know what you're going for. And it's not going to only perfect the sound, but will know what you're going for, because he knows us for so long and we've been friends, and he knows what we are capable of, and he's a very honest person. We love working with him for sure.
Oh, and he knows you already. what
Yes.
you're looking for as a band, exactly the sound, or how to sound live. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's kind of smart. A lot of bands try to do that these days, but sometimes you see quite difference, between live sound and, of course, the studio album. So that's pretty cool that you want to pay attention on those little details. So
it's very important. And even if, like some people tend to say that, oh my God, I think live you're even better than on the album. It is because our sound engineer is our producer and he perfects what we want. He doesn't perfect the sound. He doesn't but he knows his skills. He knows our skills, and he has such a good knowledge about the PAs, the various different PAs. He does his researches. He's passionate, man. And we want passionate people in the team.
Now, talking about this new record, in your coming tour here in Latin America, well, we know already that you have to postpone some of the show, but thank God you're going to be here in Santiago. Let me tell you, in a huge festival here in Santiago, more than 30 bands, a lot of good bands, national talent, local bands, beautiful bands, international bands. You're going to have part of the new record on the album besides the last single, for example?
Oh, you mean in a set list?
Yeah. Or you want to try everything together?
So I will explain to you. This year, we are presenting our new album because it came out in the beginning of the year. And because this is our last tour for the year, right? We are going to continue and mainly play songs from the album Time. However, we do have some other songs that are from different albums that we are, of course, bringing to people, songs that people really love, like The Earth Mantra, Orphan Soul, Fighter, or Sweet, Sweet Lies. Those are just songs that people request all the time, and we still have a lot of fun playing them. Now, there's a second reason why we also try to bring mainly newer songs. Maybe but we right before we presented this album, we actually had a change in our lineup. So our new musician, Alice, our new bass player, she participated she basically joined our band right before we were already giving the album to the label and going through all that bureaucracy. She did not compose songs for this album, but she recorded them and she's part of them. She loves them. She feels them. And it feels more fair towards the new musician to play more songs that are ours, like of this lineup of four of us. You know what I mean? Right now, we are in such a great balance with the band. And it's almost like a new step in our career and a new chapter for us as individuals. We really, really have a connection, and it's working out great. So we want to keep that,
So you say that it's like Infected Rain 2.0, something like that?
You can call it that way. Yes, it's still us, and we with the change in the lineup. The three members that stayed, me, Vidic, and Eugene. We wanted to continue with the passion that we had years ago, with that same drive and with that same craziness and like stubbornness, in a good way. We always had, because unfortunately, to be honest with you, and that was the reason why the lineup change had to happen. Unfortunately, the past few years of the band's career before this album, they were a little bit stagnant. They were not going very far. There was some internal problems that I don't like to go into, because we are very grateful for the brothers that were in the band, the guitar player and the bass player. They were brothers. However, somehow we had different views on the future of the band, different views on how the songs are supposed to sound and what we are going for. And there were other things that just influenced this energy between us. And we are very devoted people, so we kept this lineup for a little bit too long, I'll be honest, because this needed to change a while back. But we tried to work it out, like you don't give up on people that fast, or people don't give up on you that fast. You try to work it out, and we tried, and we hope that they are doing fantastic. There's no hate or anything like that. It's just different paths, different views. That's all.
I know. Well, just in case, Alice Lane es la nueva bajista que recién ingresó. Y bueno, ya conocemos a Eugene, que es en la batería, está Miss Lena y Vidic en la guitarra. So, you're going to be here first time, so a lot of Chilean people going to see Infected Rain as the first time.
Yes.
You present your band.
Well, to be honest with you, we will do what we do every single show.
Yes.
We will be the most honest version of ourselves. We will be the most passionate version of ourselves. This is what we do on every single show, no matter how small or big the crowd is. We give it all. And I promise that you will see Infected Rain with its most raw and most open energy that you can ever experience. That is what we are, and that is what we stand for. And without that, our music would not even make sense. So I write the lyrics based on my own life experience, and some of those experiences are still very, very painful for me, and I can still feel them. And I guarantee you will feel them too.
Merch, you wanna bring merch, official merch for the show?
We will try to bring some merch. Unfortunately, because of this tour being so difficult to keep.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we had to step away from certain conversation with printing companies that were in Latin America. However, we are trying our best to bring some stuff with us. And it is true that the concert in Chile is going to be the last one. So it is possible that there's going to be only something left.
Yes.
But we are trying our best to bring as much as we can. Yes.
Please, give me one. Just one.
Okay, so tell me your size, and I will keep at least one shirt in your size.
I'm a big guy, extra large.
Extra large. Okay, no problem. I'll make sure that we have an extra large for this sweet, sweet Chilean interviewer.
Thank you. Oh, well, please, a message to your fans here in Chile and Rock Alavena.
I want to say thank you. Seriously, I want to say thank you for the constant support that we kept having, even when we were so small as a band. We could hear and read messages from people in general from Latin America, but a lot from Chile, people that kept asking and inviting us to come to our country, We need you, we miss you, we love your music. I have a feeling that I'm going to fall in love with you guys. I have a feeling that the metalheads in Chile are going to be forever in my heart, because I've seen a lot of shows of other bands that performed in Chile, and oh my God, I see the crowd. I'm very emotional.
No.